around with your broke ass.
Every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Thornton Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Terms 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections are the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was really as bad as they was making. You know, nobody could be around me. So for me to be this calm, I must have some kind of inner peace. And my inner peace is knowing that once everybody take the time to really see what type of person I am, you'd be surprised that I stuck around this long. I have to make the life that I do live as happy as I can and try to do the best with what I have. You know, live the best life I can live, be as happy as I can be. Nothing is perfect for anybody. I don't know.
I swear, I think I figured it out. You know why they don't want us redneck brothers and sisters and the hood brothers and sisters getting along? You know why? Because we'd be unstoppable. I'm telling you right now, we would shut shit down.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm coming in singing. Blessings, blessings. Welcome to Uncensored Enlightenment Talk. And I'm here for it today. Okay, I wasn't here for it last night. Let me clear my throat. I wasn't here for it last night. I pretty much knew that the trustees wasn't going to show up. We're going to go over that. We're going to talk about some things today on New Year's Eve, the pagan New Year's Eve. You know, I'm going to say it. But I want to send blessings and love and light out to the family, to the Levi family, and to everyone who is celebrating. You know, as I state, you know, I'm a Hebrew woman, but I love family. I love togetherness, and anything that can bring us together on a positive note is something that I support. So today I'm going to keep y'all entertained for a little while because I know everybody was live last night. So I was like, you know what? Let me hit y'all with a little rerun because yesterday was actually the day that Nate Fells was supposed to pick up his letter of determination of what happened at the hearing. So I felt in the best interest of Nate Fells, let's, you know, put a little rerun on so you guys can remember what's happening. You know, hopefully I'll get an update on if he filed his appeal and how that's going. You know, as I told you guys, I think that he should just continue campaigning. Don't stop. Continue to move forward. Okay. So last night, they had a board meeting yesterday evening. Now, before that, I want to just do a little flashback because the Thornton residents have been going through the motions because of Miss Henyard and her shenanigans, you know, playing games. And we do have proof that, you know, Henyard have been out and about with these buses that was allegedly uninsured, but she's still moving and grooving, doing things that she's not supposed to do, and giving the residents, Thornton residents, a hard time. So let's just do a little flashback because it's just appalling at this point how many meetings she's calling, and I think she's doing that for a reason. You know, as we read, I may could get to it today or on a later date, depending. Remind me. To my knowledge, the Thornton trustees have up to like 5, and I believe 5 consecutive meetings that they meet that they would basically be petitioned to give up their seats or resign. Now we know, I don't think that has happened back to back with Carmen or Gonzalez, but that's something that we're going to review because I think that's one of the things she's trying to do, having these meetings back to back, you know. And just keeping drama going. So they had a meeting a couple of days ago, and this was a little bit of talk about it.
Township this morning. Supervisor Tiffany Henyard says the trustees there who are boycotting recent meetings are putting people in jeopardy. Our Courtney Sisk is joining us live to explain this. Courtney.
Hi, Alex. That's right. Trustees have boycotted about 5 of the past meetings because of the agenda. They say Supervisor Henyard wants to hand select a new appointee to a vacancy that would be key in tie-breaking votes. However, those 2 trustees, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, again, did not show up last night to prevent that appointment from happening. They say they want voters to elect a new trustee instead. This comes amid scrutiny of Henyard's handling of township finances here and in Dalton. Meanwhile, Henyard claims the township cannot conduct business without all trustees present at these meetings. She says they cannot review their insurance and threatens potential layoffs if the township needs to shut down and cannot operate.
The board is hurting people. They're hurting our residents. I don't care if you don't like me, don't like somebody on this board. It does not matter. What matters is you come here and you take care of your responsibility and take care of the business here at the township.
I'm not even watching it, and I start cracking up. She said robability. I have to laugh. Okay, let's just let her finish.
Now, Henyard warned of a possible government shutdown last night. And so far this morning, we're here at the Thornton Township building, and it is closed. The door says that it's supposed to be open today at this time, but it is closed. There's a new sign on the door that says that it's closed, leading to a QR code, which goes just to the township's website. We're working to find out more information on if there is a shutdown happening, why no one is answering any of the operator calls, and why this building is closed this morning. We'll continue to keep you up to date. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, we'll keep.
Okay, so that's kind of like a flashback that would happen like less than a week ago, because she just keep things going. So this was her ammunition allegedly to shut down some of the buildings in Thornton Township. Okay, now I just want to highlight this today. There has been some talk about basically Gonzalez and Carmen need to show up. Okay, we've been hearing residents coming out and saying this. That's the new tone now. I do believe that Henyard is petitioning that type of talk, but we also have other commentators that are saying that. Now, we have 2 videos that we're going to show you. One of Henyard on her page, and then one of the Lansing Journal. They did a flashback and a breakdown to why these things are happening. And I was like, why are they doing that? Why is it? It's because of tone going on where you have some residents that's demanding Carmen and Gonzalez to come. But it also could be in regards to the video we showed you, because they want to make sure that the narrative is clear, because what Henyard is pushing is a little weird. Now, I will say, and I have to say this, we're going to look at the agenda of last night. One of the things, we're going to read what Carmen and Gonzalez had put out prior, because we already knew they wasn't coming. But we're also going to compare and contrast the agenda, because allegedly the reason why they wasn't coming, because there is a lockout. The lockout is a 2-2. And we know that we have Miss, let me put her on the screen, put her right here, Miss Wells, who is the determining factor in the vote. And we kind of assume that she's going to be going with Henyard. So the trustees has been trying to play it safe, allegedly, in my opinion, from what I know of, not going so she won't appoint a trustee. Now, that open seat is allegedly able to be picked by the residents at this point. And one of the candidates, and the only candidate that I know of, is Stephanie Weedman. And we went into her case, kind of broke down what happened with her. She went through a lot of trials and tribulations, locked up, false for arrest, all of this crazy stuff. But we want to highlight what's going on, just kind of like backtrack, get everybody up to par. And that stupid fly came in here. I've been trying to catch that fly. Get everybody up to par and just remind them. So this was December 20th, 2024. Longtime Democrat Stephanie Weedman willing to fill Thornton Township trustee vacancy. Extensive experience will allow her to bring recovery efforts quickly before new board election in April. When a new trustee is chosen to fill the vacancy on the township Thornton board, the person will serve only about 3 months before the new board takes over. Stephanie Weeman says she thinks she's the right person to bridge that gap. On December 17th, Weeman filled a petition. So she filed a petition. This was a petition that is in relation to a new trustee being appointed for right now, with the Thornton Township Clerk Office urging it to set a date for the public forum where voters will select a replacement for the trustee, Jerry Jones, who resigned October 7th. And I thank you. Okay, because Manson don't be playing. Because another thing that Miss TIFF was trying to do was put on the agenda. I think that was the last one, not this one, but before, the resignation of Jerry Jones, as though his resignation didn't take place in October. And that's why I made this comment, like, what are we running here? The Amistad? Because when I give my resignation, you accept it no matter what. And if you didn't accept it, cut the check. So she put that on the agenda, I think, to cause mayhem, because that's what Tiffany does, just to get people talking and maybe get the bloggers to run with anything, because that's the agenda of these political parties out there, to control what the narrative is. Okay, so we already know Jerry Jones was out of there. I'm thanking God that none of the bloggers picked that up as though there was some type of reset. So that was good. They already passed the 60-day timeline of the residents being able to choose a trustee. So Ms. Wiedemann have made the efforts to submit this paperwork so she can get a date. So it's just a little appalling to me that Tiffany keeps setting all of these special meetings and dates and things like that, and we still didn't get a date for this. Okay, because I think the residents are ready. Okay, so if there's a letter turning into if there's a letter turned into the clerk, more than 15 or more electors requesting a meeting, then the clerk has to proceed. My goal was to prevent any delay. Weedman said it's time to start planning a recovery, and it starts with filling that seat. So I don't know if 15 more, like, what did it say? It says it's if there's a letter turned into the clerk with 15 or more electors requesting a meeting. So I don't know what that means by electors, but I will hope that was submitted properly. My favorite resident can keep me posted. We got some information for you too as well. Shout out to my favorite resident, very, very active. So she gave us some proof of some stuff we're going to be talking about today. So all I know is that the letter was submitted and they're supposed to be making a date. Okay. So no appointment and a people's vote. So since Jones' resignation, Trustee Chris Gonzalez and Carlis have boycotted Township Board meeting, in part to prevent Supervisor Henyard from calling for a vote to appoint a trustee. A rule gives the board 60 days to appoint someone to fill a vacancy. That clock has run out, and now voters get to choose the interim trustee at a public forum. Now, what you're going to see the Lansing show you is exactly what they're trying to get done and how Tiffany got into her place. It was a situation like this. And allegedly, I was told that the reason why Tiffany was appointed because they did not want to give the residents the right to choose, allegedly. Okay, and then they end up appointing this hot mess, hotmess.com. Now, Thornton trustees will skip Monday's meeting. Now, this is brought to you by Fox 32 Chicago. We already knew that they wasn't going to show up. That's why I said this is a bunch of shenanigans that Tiffany is pulling. And I don't know if it's because of the 5-time missing meeting thing, if she's trying to get to that. But we're going to count to see how much they actually met. I do believe, and I remember it was given the inclination that it had to be 5 consecutive. And we also talked about the nature of them being able to miss it. So if I stand corrected, allegedly, Miss Carlisa, her restraining order took place in sometime into September, I think, a while ago. I'm thinking September. And allegedly, they said that it gives some room for Keith Price to be in some type of vicinity with her. Now, I haven't verified that, but that's what they were saying, and saying that she's using it for an excuse not to show up. I don't think that's totally true, but I can't verify that. So I'm just going to put that out there. So let's play this real quick because we already was made aware that they was not showing up yesterday. Okay.
It appears the stalemate in Thornton Township will be continuing into the new year. Two of the trustees who've been at odds with Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard released a letter today saying they will not attend tomorrow night's special board meeting, which means the meeting cannot be held without a quorum. Trustees Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle say the meeting was scheduled by Henyard without their input, and they've received no information about the insurance issues that have essentially closed the township for business. Insurance contracts lapsed at the end of November, leaving the township exposed to potential liability. There has not been an official township board meeting in months because the two trustees say Henyard is refusing to give them the information they need to conduct business, and because they believe that Henyard will try to fill a vacant trustee's position with an ally to give her the balance of power on the board. Now, those two trustees also sent an email to Henyard this week saying, in part, we firmly believe that all stakeholders, trustees, staff, and yourself have an obligation to represent the township with dignity and pride. There is a better way to govern, and we...
Oh, my God. She had the nerve. Who released this statement? It could not have been Henyard. Dignity and pride? Hold up. Let's just play out. This is good. This is our favorite clip now. Brought to us by resident Cynthia Scott Turner. I kept her name so she could get a shout out. Dignity and pride. Who is
leader? They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth.
Dignity and pride, huh? All right. Yeah, we're going to let this just finish off real quick. I just had to show y'all, remind people, because I want to highlight this. I think it's a tone being set now because Tiffany has not been indicted. Okay, so they like, well, since we this far, Tiffany has not been indicted. So everything they could be saying is a lie. Bring the proof, bring the proof. And that is so true because, I start to feel away myself. Every time I present a case to y'all, I'll be like, FBI, what's going on? Love of life with, come on, Annie up. Things like that, to help push along this alleged indictment that's supposed to come. But what that goes to say, that does not mean that Tiffany is not guilty of something. You just saw a small clip of Tiffany behavior. Tiffany is a very nasty woman, and I believe she's very hard to work with. And the numerous lawsuits that have been brought up against Dalton because of her highlights that she is a problem and she's a detriment to Dalton and Thornton. I don't want anyone to forget or let the narrative be changed that this woman is innocent, because even if she have not got indicted on alleged misappropriation of funds, because that's what people believe she did, and even the news report on her using Thornton credit card to go to a mayor convention in Washington, which is proven to be true. I will hope that they didn't put out false allegations, but what that goes to say, that's misappropriation of funds, money going where it's not supposed to. Also, because I just want to remind people, because I know it's like, okay, we get towards election, it's election time. Don't play around with this woman, because through this whole thing, she gave people hell. She gave people hell. Many people lost their jobs. The lawsuits highlights her basically pushing her weight around, intimidating people, moving people out of their office, putting them in dungeons, all types of stuff. Y'all remember, she did a whole lot. We read a lot of cases, and that shows that something is seriously wrong with this woman. So I don't, look at my thing just poking out my ears. I do apologize. I don't want people to forget what she have done. It is a reason why there's so many people that talk against her. We do want the facts, and that's why I make sure what I bring here is solidified in facts. All those court cases that I brought you had her name on it. Okay? All of them. Very arrogant, conspiring, messing up the name of Dalton and now Thornton, because Thornton is receiving lawsuits. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, because I think it's something going on as though she's innocent. Okay. And I know she is not. She is not. Okay. So let's just move forward. I wanted to highlight that because we ain't here to play. We're here to slay. Thornton Township Board can't meet in their own building, insurance lab. So one of the things we're going to listen to is one of the residents in the meeting. I did hear her talk about that, and they addressed that. So I think I'm going to save that clip. No, you want to play it? Let's just play this little 54-second clip, and then we're going to get into Tiffany's video. I believe this is Tiffany's video. Yeah, we're going to get into Tiffany's video. You know, she released something a couple of hours ago. Yep, I've been creeping. That's why I said I'll just wait. I'll let everybody go live, and then we're going to come with everything. Like, you know what happened? This is everything. So that's what we do here. We're going to break it up. Thank you for watching our reruns. That's where you'll get the focus information. But here, we're going to just do the deep dive. Keep y'all entertained today, okay? For a couple of hours while y'all cooking, or, after this, I'm going to be cooking a little bit, chopping up in the kitchen. Let's play this.
Tonight in South Suburban Thornton Township. The township is meeting tonight, but not at its own building. That building can't be used because the township hasn't paid the insurance bill. Instead, a special board meeting is being held here in the Harvey City Council chambers. Yesterday, 2 township trustees wrote Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard ahead of time that they would not be at the meeting. They say she needs to conduct herself more professionally and foster an environment of respect. Their absence means there are not enough board members to vote on paying the insurance bill. Henyard blames.
Look at Kamal Woods. Look at old man Woods right there. Looking like a young boy.
Trustee absences for the lapse in coverage in the first place.
We cannot move forward with business. We cannot pay bills. We cannot do a lot of things if the board members do not show up.
Aside from the township building, Henyard says there is no longer insurance coverage on vehicles or other buildings. She also warned that township services will have to come to a halt.
All right. So y'all know I don't agree with that. I think she's holding township services hostage because if this was run properly, all of these things should have been funded already and money allocated. But, I think a little different. Let's just look at what was addressed last week at the meeting that they did attend, as though Henyard talk about not being able to get insurance. Okay. Here, this was you about to listen. We will not. This was released on the 28th. So this was Carlise and Gonzalez says Monday meeting was scheduled without their agreement. So this is, dear residents, we regret to inform you that we will not be attending Monday's board meeting. Ms. Henyard has was advised well in advance that the proposed date was not conducive for our attendance, yet the meeting was scheduled without our agreement. Additionally, we have not received any information regarding the auto or liability insurance, which remain uncovered, unresolved. So this is one of the things, she's supposed to present it to them before they get to the meeting. So even this was 2 days prior, we're going to listen to one of the residents actually highlight that they didn't find coverage till yesterday, allegedly. We're gonna listen to that because this is the thing, and this is like people like, Gonzalez and Anita show up. They're stopping our services, and we're gonna talk about the services because I do believe services is very important. But let's just read this. This is what was addressed last week. Point Alliance Insurance as broker for record for workers' comp, so that got addressed. Approved extension report coverage of IPMG. Township crime coverage for December 1st, 2024 to December 1st, 2025. Cyber coverage extension from December 1st to December 20th. That's short. It says cyber extension from December 1st to December 20th, 2024. And then I believe they were looking to move on after that. Cyber coverage from December 20th, 24 to December 1st, 2025. Previous communication indicate the absence of general liability, public officials, or auto insurance coverage. As of now, no further information has been provided on these critical matters. So those are the things. And as of yesterday, I know they still riding around in them buses We will not engage in a political game being played by Supervisor Henyard and her team. Our focus is solely on doing the business of Thornton Township and ensuring you, the residents, receive a transparency and accountability you deserve. So this is from Gonzalez. We will not engage in okay, sorry, I was about to reread that. This ongoing issues appears to be an attempt to mislead the public. We cannot allow taxpayers' resources to be wasted. After the last board meeting, we reached out to the appointed supervisor offering a resolution, but our email was unanswered. We remain committed to addressing these concerns and continuing our work at the regular scheduled board meeting. So this was put out on 28th. This is insurance that y'all have. And allegedly, as per that resident who made a comment, y'all gonna listen, that they were only okay or proposed to get insurance yesterday, because who is the liability? Honestly, let's put it on the screen right here. She's the liability. She's the problem why they were having issues getting insurance. Okay, it's her. Thank God somebody want to do it, because that was something we talked about a long time ago. One of the things you have to bring up to these elected officials: how are y'all going to get insurance? What type of connections y'all got? Because nobody wants to deal with Thornton. Well, actually Dalton, and now it's rolling into Thornton, the whole township. That because of her. Okay, so now what we're going to do is get into a video that Henyard released a couple of hours ago. And I believe this was before the meeting. Attention, Thornton Township residents, I want to show you what's been happening with your government. Let's go. I'm about to read it to y'all. Put it on the screen. Don't call it a comeback. You already know she got something to say. Let's read what she got to say. Attention, Thornton Township residents, I want to show you what's been happening with your government. There is a conspiracy going on. God, she got some nerve to use that word. And the people being gridlocked in your services: food, transportation, senior services, kids after school program. We are committeeman Napoleon Harris, Mayor T.D.S. Jones, Trustee Carlisle. She put Carlisle. She is so mad. What did you do to her, Carmen? You must have said you was her best friend. You was going to do everything. You must make this girl believe you, because she called you a liar. You lied to her. You hurt Tiffany's feelings. She's so mad she just renamed you. She can't even just like move on from it. What did you do to her? Y'all was supposed to take over the world together or something? Trustee Gonzalez and Dalton trustees. Okay, I have always fought against corruption, and I still am. This is Tiffany's statement. I fought against corruption, and I still am. I'm going to show you the writing on the wall, the facts, the proof that right in front of your face, and the people behind the corruption. Blah 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 blah. I'm done. Because yeah. You said you were going to show us the proof. I went on your website and you ain't show us nothing. No Spotify, no Instagram reel post, no paper upload. So you need to take a whole glass and shut the hell up, okay? Y'all want me to get to the comments before we play this video real quick? Shout out to everybody that's here today. Happy holidays. Blessings. Miss Hill. Blessing. Foxy Roxy. Blessings. How are you, Matt? Foxy, it takes some time due to the change of president. I'm done. Stop it. I love you, but stop making excuses. After inauguration, that's when the FBI will resume the investigation again. Just watch. Whatever. They ran up on the New York mayor. He just got pardoned from Trump. I didn't know they had time. That New York man, that's just popped out the woodwork. They just take down almost half his cabinet. So I love you. I love the being optimistic, but baby, I ain't holding my breath. We just need to do what we need to do to get her out of the pot. Okay. He said, I agree with the host's statement. I don't know what statement it is, but I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here with us. Nobody will insure the township because of TIFF. Jazz. Hey, blessings. What you got on your thing? Kraft spaghetti? Spaghetti classic? And she needs to resign in order for the township to be insured. And she got some nerve. I was creeping. Now, I watched some of it yesterday. I watched it. Tell me, Carlisa and Gonzalez need to resign. I'm like, what? You know how much we've been saying resign? She's getting them to hurry up with the insurance and services due to her not being insured. She still has bonds, but it can't be active, which makes it impossible for her to make any financial decisions. Right now, the trustees are the only way the township can get any day-to-day decisions. And I do agree with that, with the insurance situation. And also, when we go into this, I think tomorrow, because y'all know I'm a Hebrew, so I got time. We're gonna do the numbers. I told y'all we're gonna get to the numbers tomorrow, but we're gonna get to some of the numbers today. Our goal, we're gonna be here for a while. Y'all can listen to me while y'all cooking or whatever. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we got some time. We're gonna get into these two videos, Lance's video, her video, and we're gonna get into yesterday's meeting. Kind of fast forward through that, and then we're gonna get into some of these financial statements that is on the Thornton website. Again, now all we're gonna highlight today is the loans and the grants. That's all I want to highlight. We're gonna calculate, and then we're gonna look at income. That's like, what's the income? What is the different income? The loan, the grants, and what's the other income? Okay. Then we'll kind of just glance into the spending, not as much, but we're going to show you that it's a problem. Even if she says $9 million, the issue is her spending habit, the way things have gone over the last couple of years. It's not about I like Tiffany, don't like Tiffany. She don't know what the hell she doing. The way things are set up, the residents should be mad. You need credit cards to have programs. You need credit cards. And they still spending on other accounts. Oh, I'm so done. Okay. Shout out to Thornton and Dalton trustees that had to hold it down. All right. The only people I know that makes $300,000 a year and can't pay their rent are kids. Shut it up. And gamblers. I got to agree. Thank you for being here today. Hit the like button. Let's play this right here. What Tiffany put on her page. Okay. Somebody said, wow.
Carmen Carlisle. They both have refused to attend board meetings here.
Her face looked dry. I'm not going to look. This her right here, Tiffany right here. Don't she look just like the picture? I'm not going to interrupt no more, y'all. All right. I just got to show y'all. Tiffany, that's her. See, I told y'all I had the real picture. Read her for filth. I'm laughing. I got jokes, y'all.
Here at Thornton Township. If you are an elected official, your job, your duty is to show up to board meetings and take care of the people's business. They have not.
What is with this inspirational music? Let me fast forward. I'm going to put it a little faster because she is not about to take up all our time today. Let's play it.
Attended a board meeting for 60, 70 days in county, causing the township to be without insurance. I placed on the agenda a 100 historical property tax refund. I also placed on the agenda 3 different insurance that we need for our property, for vehicle, for cyber insurance. In each.
This was 19 hours ago. We got the cyber insurance already. Look at her witchy nails, looking like a witch. So the cyber, why? This was a couple of hours ago. So my thing is, why are you talking about cyber insurance?
Time, they refuse to show up and vote for what's needed for our residents. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Thank you guys for coming now on this wonderful Tuesday. I have several announcements this evening, but due to the fact that we do not have a quorum, there will not be an actual voting meeting, an actual regular scheduled board meeting this evening. Okay, guys, we do not have a quorum, so we will not be having a board meeting this evening. As you can see, it's 2 board members here. And thank you for coming out. Sorry that you didn't show up, but I just hope the news get it right. As you can see, we are all here present and willingly to have a scheduled board meeting. It saddens my heart that every time it's time to do the business and the will of the people, it gets blocked because people don't come and take their job serious. We basically have 2 scheduled meetings every single month, and our job is to come, pay the bills, pass ordinances if need be, and make sure you understand what it is that we have been doing for an entire month as relates to being board members. So I just want to point that out so you understand what's going on. And as relates to safety, we have put so many steps and things in place to make sure we assure everyone's safety here in Thornton Township.
Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard is calling a special meeting.
Back out here live, we do know that Tiffany Henyard is on location. Henyard says that Thornton Township residents are in line, guys, listen to this, to receive a 100% property tax refund.
Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Should we talk about the property 100% tax property refund and the proof that I got and how much y'all supposed to be possibly getting back, and that this is not her idea? Or y'all just want to listen? Let's listen some more. Just know that we're going to get into that because she needs to stop with this nonsense, okay? Just stop.
But she says a meeting needs to take place and trustees must show up in order for that business to follow through.
Next is approval of supervisors 100% tax refund for all homeowners of Thornton Township.
I'd like to make a motion. I'd like to make a motion, having done all the necessary business, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
While we adjourn the meeting, if right now we're here to take care of the business. So residents, see what's going on. There's no motion for an adjournment. We're here to handle the business, trustee. So as I was saying, it was okay. There's no second. So if you're following Robert Rules of Orders, which I advise you to adopt, you will understand how this goes. We're moving on. The residents are here today to speak about exactly what's going on as well as the township business. So we can handle the business, guys. We even got to handle something really important with our bank account. So all that's on the agenda. So adjourning for what? Why did you come to a meeting if you don't want to handle the business? Let's continue. We're here to talk about something important. We're giving away $2.2 million to the residents of Thornton Township. We are giving you guys tax refund, something that you need, something that you all complain about.
This is, I told you, it was hard for Gonzalez to walk out, but he like, I'm not about to fall for this nonsense. Do y'all want to hear more of her shenanigans? So she goes into talking about adopting a budget, and you already know why they are afraid of adopting the budget. Oh, we're going to look at the adopted budget today, too. Oh, it's looking a little inflated. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that a little bit. We're going to look. It's looking a little weird. What else? What is this? Motion to authorize Thornton Township. This was the new business. She really highlighted this. This was since November 25th. She really highlighted this as though people want her to have this. And it's so sad because this is what Thornton Township services is supposed to be for, to provide services for the residents. But no one trusts her. So here, the new business for November 25th, as per her, showing it as though she should be granted this, lost her daggone mind. Motion to authorize Thornton Township to open the following checking accounts. Y'all remember that? That was laughable. Laughable. After you just watching her spending tactics, who would want to do this? Who would want to do this? Operating 1 checking account, operating 2 checking account, 3 savings account, 4 health insurance checking account. Additionally, the board will authorize Supervisor Tiffany Henyard and Financial Director Robert Hunt as the designated signature on these accounts. Not even to add the clerk, but add her and her henchmen. And we know the clerk is suspect. But I think at least I'm still questioning Wells, Loretta, because what she did to Nate, and I will clarify that today, it was not Gonzalez's vote against Nate. It was Everett and it was Wells. Both of the two who we knew we needed to be worried about. So just highlight that. So they don't even want her on the account. I think she got more discernment than Hunt. Hunt is just whatever Tiffany say, she got him by the throat. Okay. So she wanted to Chase, Providence, First, Merchants Bank, Bank of America, Bank of Financial, U.S. Bank, and Huntington Bank. Now, when we looked at some of the bank accounts, they old records, the records that they had, Freedom of Information requests that I have, some of these banks was not there. They had like First National. So she tried to get all new everything. Okay. Showing this like somebody want to deal with her. She lost her mind. I'm kind of skipping through her stuff. Y'all can watch this on your own. I am not about to have her run her mouth. December 5th, appoint Alliant Insurance. So that was brokers for recorded records for workers' compensation. Approval for cyber insurance proposal. This was since the 5th. Okay, we know about that. And I'm like, what she needs cyber insurance for? And then y'all got a surprise for y'all tonight, okay? Because y'all know Tiffany said she didn't have a party. Yeah, if y'all remember, I got the proof. Tiffany had a party. What is this? What's going on? What she got here?
Please, at that state, and I'm going to be quick. You guys know we do not have insurance here in Thornton Township. I've been saying this. I've been showing this.
Okay, she looking raggedy and getting on my nerves, y'all. Let's move forward. I wish I could show the whole video, but I can't take her going in so much. Okay, so that was her thing. So you know her angle. Her angle is we need insurance. You guys are holding up the progress. The residents are suffering. We cannot continue services. So I'm going to hold Thornton hostage. Okay. And that's why you see her go and have this meeting yesterday in Harvey. And nobody was trying to go over there. They said, oh, hell no. Allegedly, police is allegedly more corrupted than Thornton, or just as much, allegedly. Okay, allegedly. So, Thornton Township Supervisor's position is still vacant as deadline looms. Now, what I will say was a little weird is that do y'all think Tiffany can just appoint someone without it being on the agenda? Because this was the agenda yesterday, and it was not for her. What the heck is this one? Is this March? Oh, no. Hold on. Here we go. Sorry. That's the other one I want to show y'all. That's going to be the one I show y'all next, because that's going to be the article before the Lansing video, because the Lansing Journal did a great job showing or reiterating what's going on, and don't lose focus. Don't be trying to put pressure on Carmen and him saying, come, all this stuff, because y'all know what tactics is being used by Henyard so she can get her hand on y'all money, on the resources. Don't get blinded. Okay. The issue here is that Tiffany does not know how to spend money. She does not know how to communicate with the board properly. And they had to put restrictions on her. The same thing they had to do in Dalton. So please. Now here, this is the only thing, the old news, and we're going to get to the 100% property tax thing. Y'all want to do that now? Let's get to the 100% property tax thing after I read this, and then we're going to get to Lansing video. So the old news that was on yesterday was the approval of bills, the general fund, general assistance fund, road and bridges. Old news, approval of Supervisor Henyard 100% property tax refunds for the homeowners. And we're going to get into that. Approval for bonuses for all Thornton Township employees. Now, I don't go against bonuses. People need it. I would love to get a bonus, but it has to be conducive with the situation. And right now, since no one really has a grip on what the spending is, and they're still trying to get things together, I don't think that this is a good idea. I mean, it depends on the bonus. You see what I'm saying? Approval of forensic audit proposal submitted by Eddie Valley. So let me look at that. Somebody showed me that. They was like, I had that paper. And that audit needs to be approved. Now, I will hope that audits everything and not what Tiffany Henyard was trying to push forward a couple of meetings before, where she was like, we going to do an audit on yours, Carmen, and Keith Freeman, just y'all two only. You agree? All the talking, I think they got so confused that trustees agreed to it by mistake. They like, we're going to do the audit. And they like, wait, is it for all of us or just us? Nah, wait a minute. So Tiffany tried to slip that in. I noticed that. So motion to approve IT and Senior Services Department to receive credit card to handle day-to-day. What do you need to buy? I say this all the time. I know y'all here for services, but since these are setup services, that's not specialized to Tiffany. She did not make these up. These are not her own programs. They have been in line for years. What was the normal status quo of getting the money disseminated and they run their day-to-day operation? The credit card? That's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. What do you need to pay for IT? The person who helped in running the program, he better be getting a check. The light bill, internet. What else? You don't need no more computers. When we looked through the numbers before, we saw all of this electronics being bought, all of this stuff. We saw that. So you don't need no more phones, no more computers. We saw all those purchases happen last year and the year before that. Then it says adopt the 2024-25 budget. We're going to get into that today. Okay. Appropriation ordinance. We're going to look into both of these ordinances. Okay. That's what we're going to look at. Now, resolution proclamations ordinance, approved ordinance, general funds, and funding tax levy ordinance. So in future broadcasts, we're going to get into taxation levies. I know what a taxation levy is when they tax us. They put a levy on us. But I don't know the total process of the government putting a levy, getting like bonds and that type of levy thing. I know about us. So I'm going to tell y'all that's something I have to research about these government bonds, but that's something that we're going to look into because she's saying that the bonds can't be like signed off on if you don't have, this is what she was saying before, if you don't have a budget and the lawyer circumvented what she said and said, no, you could do the bond thing, but y'all do need to have the actual approval of the budget. It will help. Okay. But she was trying to say, no, y'all remember that. I'll be listening to some things. So I didn't see anything on this that talked about them getting a trustee in. So if you guys are more educated in this, y'all can let me know. Would Tiffany be able to say, hey, I'm going to appoint a trustee? Because that's what got her in trouble before in Dalton. She wasn't supposed to appoint those people without having them on the agenda, and she popped it up on the trustees, and that's why she lost. Not only why she lost because they were just fools and they wasn't supposed to be appointed, and you already know about Berg and all that. Okay, so can she do that again? But that's what I was saying. It wasn't on the agenda for yesterday. But I guess the thing is with Carmen and Gonzalez, they're saying that they couldn't show up. And they told her that already. And that was released already on the 28th. Okay. Now, this is Confusion Marks attempted appointment of Zuccarelli replacement. This was an article, 4-minute read, March 1st, 2022. We're going to look at this article real quick, and then we're going to get into the Lansing video where they kind of break down what happened to understand where the issue started with Tiffany, who got her appointed, and where we at, why we there. Okay, so I was like, why is they putting this out? Who are they trying to circumvent? Who are they trying to change the narrative? Because I mean, like, well, not change the narrative. Y'all know what it is. Listen, trying to put the truth out there, and I think it's because of Tiffany video. And then you have other residents like, they better show up. Show up. Now it's getting a little vicious. Okay, so y'all got comments? Y'all want me to get to y'all comments real quick before I get into the article? I hope y'all are enjoying the show. Hope y'all cooking it up in the kitchen, enjoying y'all holiday, and I'm keeping y'all entertained. Sonia, here we go. She got to go, okay? Oh, thank you. I was about to move on. Thank you, Miss Fox. Let's get to it. Thank you. Oh, my God. Let's get to the 100% property tax thing. Okay, where we at? If you on the screen, yes, please hit the like button. You know what we're trying to do. Get the underdog in the algorithm because all we do is post truth here now. We don't want to control we don't want to control the tone of what you think and how you think. We just want to put shit out there, talk about it, and y'all just make a decision on all of this, like all this shit, Peggy. All of this. Okay? I hope I'm keeping y'all entertained for this New Year's Eve, okay? Y'all cooking in the kitchen. Finger licking. I can't even help it. Here we go. I'm getting all distracted. Moving forward. Now let's watch a little bit of this. Shout out to Lansing Journal. Miss Melanie. She has been doing a great job. My pronunciation be in the trash sometimes. Oh my God. Things just come out my mouth, but I be catching it, y'all. I apologize. She has been on it. Lansing has always been at these meetings doing what they're supposed to do. And this is what she wants to make you guys aware of. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them change the narrative. Okay. We're not watching the full 24 minutes, but we're going to move through this. Okay. Let's play it.
Community informed and connected. We've been covering the drama surrounding Tiffany Henyard and that will help connect the present conflicts with some things that happened in the past. Certain questions bubble up from time to time recently with Thornton Township board meetings being canceled due to lack of quorum and special meetings being called with special agendas. I think some context from the past would be helpful to understand what's going on with these boycotts and cancellations. At the heart of this current conflict is the vacancy on the Thornton Township board right now. Trustee Jerry Jones resigned on October 7, 2024 with a handwritten note. According to township procedure, the board has 60 days to select and approve someone to fill that vacant seat. If they cannot accomplish that replacement within those 60 days, then that decision is given to the electorate, the broader population of Thornton Township, at a public meeting. I have never been to such a meeting because they don't happen very often. But from what I understand, a public meeting like this would be similar to a caucus. People would be allowed to nominate candidates to fill that vacant trustee position, and a public vote would be taken.
I was reading this comments. I'm about to stop reading y'all comments. I'm just putting start by it. Now, why? Why are you going to say that? I'm just going to... It's not funny, but I'm going to let y'all speak your piece, okay? I'm sorry, my ADHD kicked in. Like, girl, Lord help me. Let's finish listening, okay? And I'm going to shut up.
Here's the reason the historical context is important. In 2022, the Thornton Township Board also faced a 60-day deadline to fill a vacancy. That was when Tiffany Henyard was nominated to fill the supervisor seat. That seat became vacant when Supervisor Frank Zuccarelli died. He died on January 3, 2022. The board then had until March 3 to appoint a new supervisor.
HoneyBook completely changed how I do business. I'm a photographer and independent business. It's a fact.
I looked up the agendas and minutes of the 6 meetings held by the board without a supervisor. They met 6 times between Zuccarelli's death and Henyard's appointment. There were actually supposed to be 7 meetings, but one didn't have a quorum, so that meeting didn't happen. Even so, this board had 6 opportunities to appoint someone to fill that vacant seat. On January 10, there was a meeting. On January 11, there was a meeting. Also on January 25 and February 8. February 22, there was supposed to be a meeting, but there was no quorum. Then there was a meeting on March 1 and on March 3. Now, if you are interested in these minutes, you can access them from the Lansing Journal's website. For this video, I just want to mention a few things that caught my attention while I was reviewing those minutes. First, there were a lot of closed sessions, and those closed sessions were often long, an hour, 2 hours sometimes, and we don't know what happened during those sessions because they were closed. Second, I don't know if this is significant or not, but it caught my attention. Trustee Joyce Washington was appointed supervisor pro tem, or pro temp, as the minutes say, on January 10, the first meeting following Zuccarelli's death. At that January 11 meeting, after a closed session, Washington was also appointed deputy supervisor, quote, with a stipend of 5% of salary. I don't know if that's 5% of her trustee salary or the supervisor salary, and I don't know if it's standard practice to pay the interim person a stipend, but there it is. It's in the minutes.
Now, I think that she was highlighting this because she started to highlight some funny business that was starting to go on when Zuccarelli passed away. Okay, so let's just listen because she say some key important things so people don't forget how we got here. Shout out to you, Bob. Welcome, welcome. Let's play it.
I also don't know why the change from supervisor pro tem to deputy supervisor, but from that point on in the minutes, Joyce Washington is referred to as deputy supervisor. Another thing I noticed at the February 8 board meeting, There is an item that says, quote, Deputy Supervisor Washington entertained a motion to bypass item B under new business on the agenda. When you go to the agenda to see what item B under new business was, it says, quote, fill the vacancy of township supervisor by appointment.
So this is showing that they were doing some funny business and allegedly trying to stop the people from voting. Okay, they started negotiating amongst each other, putting things on the agenda, but didn't address it because allegedly Zuccarelli had someone in mind to take his position. I don't know how much better she would have been, Miss Cassandra, but that was who he had in mind.
So for some reason, the board chose not to spend time at their February 8 meeting filling the vacancy. They chose to bypass that item. Their next meeting was scheduled for February 22. That's the meeting that was canceled due to lack of quorum. That brings us to March 1, which is the first meeting the Lansing Journal has video of. We don't have video of the whole meeting because this was before we started recording full meetings like we do now. But we do have footage of the 2 nominations that were made that night. I'm going to show that clip, but first I want to share something interesting I noticed in the minutes.
Now listen to this, because many people think it was just Gonzalez's fault how Tiffany got in, but this shows something a little different.
The minutes record 2 public comments that were made at the March 1 meeting. First, Pastor William Fleshman of Dalton is recorded as saying, quote, the appointment must come from this board and be from among you, those who were handpicked and currently sit in the seat of trustee, because Frank Zuccarelli saw something in you that you may not have seen in yourself. So
you was handpicked by that man that was just spending all that daggone money. I'm just saying, I'm going to put the article under there because it was way more. I had to stop. I stopped because I didn't want to disintegrate this man's name. But they've been asking questions about his spending since 2011. And he groomed them, handpicked. You see why I think it just needs to be like, I always say I had to take somebody for a phrase, clean the whole damn house. Something's weird.
So there was a certain feeling, maybe some pressure, that choosing the next supervisor should be a board decision, not a people's choice. Second, there was a public comment made by South Holland resident Doncor Parker. He's recorded as saying, quote, these 4 trustees owe it to all of us out here to go into the back room and come out here with someone victorious, no matter who it is, as long as it's one of our family members that we need to get behind for re-election and support going forward. Now, Doncor Parker is the person we see supporting Tiffany Henyard at the next meeting. So that's interesting. But let's get to the video from the March 1 meeting. 2 nominees were presented, Cassandra Elston and Jerry Jones, and they were presented after a 2-hour closed session. Here's what happened.
Don't go yet.
All right, nominations are.
What were they back there talking about for 2 hours? Definitely the people will not choose. Let's finish listening. Look at this old lady in her hat.
Open.
And this is the lady you're going to see next to Tiffany, this lady in the hat right next to her.
Nominations are open.
I nominate Cassandra Elston, Thornton Township Supervisor.
Have a second?
Yeah, I second.
So he never nominated Henyard first.
No second. Nominations are still open.
I nominate Jerry Jones.
No, not yet. We're waiting for a second.
This when the chaos started. Everybody right here, they know what to do. Them COVID masks had their brain freaking hypo-oxygenated, and Miss Everett ain't never take that damn mask off since she heard of COVID. I don't even know how her face look. It's probably smushed in at this point. But let's move forward.
Do we have a second for the nomination, our first nomination for Cassandra Elston?
Cassandra Elston, that was the one who they wanted to get in first. Gonzalez nominated, and then nobody even finished making a decision. Then somebody was like, Jerry Jones, I nominate Jerry Jones. They was over here playing with people live. Imagine if Jerry Jones was the supervisor. Oh my God. I can't even imagine. He can't even freaking articulate himself and not talk from two sides of his mouth. Maybe he would have been just like Henyard, because that's what Jerry Jones do. He talk out of two sides of his mouth.
There is no second. Nomination fails. Nominations are open. Do we have another nomination?
I nominate Jerry Jones.
So this was the heist. This where you have Tiffany talking about, I nominate Jerry Jones. They was over here playing with people's lives.
Do we have a second?
You got to be kidding me. I second that nomination.
Second his own nomination.
Do we have a second? There will be a vote.
Yeah, the vote. Motion second vote. Roll call. Or discussion.
Any discussion?
Call the roll.
Roll call. Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez?
No.
Trustee Gray Everett?
Abstain.
Deputy Supervisor Washington?
No.
You, yeah, no to you, Jerry Jones. To me, yes, you.
Deputy Supervisor Washington?
Nominate Jerry Jones. Second.
Just second.
Now she want to change because he looked at her like, me? I thought we had a deal. This is the undermining stuff that the residents didn't hone in on that was going on that night.
Yes. Second.
Yes, yes.
Just say yes.
Jerry. Yes. Yes.
The 2-1-1 vote.
No one is elected.
It fails. Nominations fail. We have to go back into closed session.
They go into another closed session. Okay? Because whatever they planned didn't work out right there.
This is crazy. This is really. It's crazy. I'm not like the person, but this come on, y'all. This is crazy.
I feel genuinely nervous to release this to the.
We're going to fast forward a little bit because I want you guys to go to the Lansing Journal page and watch the full thing.
After those two votes, the board decided to go into a closed session again. That session lasted an hour. And then Deputy Supervisor Washington came out and said that the board was going to recess. This was at 10:30 p.m. on March 1. So the earliest they could reconvene and give 48-hour notice would be March 3 at 10:30 p.m. That's what the attorney is saying at the beginning of this clip.
Notice is 48 hours from now is then.
All right, so let's just move forward to when Tiffany gets elected. She's not elected by the people, and that's what they're saying. The people did not elect her. And it was some type of fugazi shenanigans going on in the background, allegedly. First, it didn't work. It says right here in this footage from the meeting before Tiffany Henyard was appointed. It says the 8th attempt nomination on March 3rd before Tiffany.
So already you get a sense of how dysfunctional this is. In fact, the headline of the article I wrote about that meeting was "Confusion Marks Attempted Appointment of Zuccarelli Replacement."
And we have that article, and I think that's what we looked at just a few minutes ago. Oh no, I got the article. I don't think we looked at it. I have it right here. We can look at it and see if there's anything significant.
You can see how weary Joyce Washington looks in that clip. And I just got the impression that the board was so used to having Frank Zuccarelli handle everything, they just didn't know how to run a meeting without him. Anyway, the March 3 meeting was just as dysfunctional. Again, we don't have video of the entire meeting, but Josh Bootsma and I co-wrote an article that summarized the proceedings, so they are documented. And I'll link to that in the description if you want to read that article.
That's why.
I nominate Tiffany Henyard, Thornton Township Supervisor.
Now, by this time, they done had 3, 4, 5, 8 meetings to figure out what's going to go down. And they decided to nominate Miss Fugly. I'm going to have to, but they decided to nominate her ass. Oh, okay. This was a heist.
You all are making a mockery out of this one.
Trustee Jones,
Yes.
Trustee Gonzalez.
Yes.
Trustee Gray Everett.
Yes.
It was the moment to the beginning of the end for Thornton residents. And that money. Okay, now we're gonna get to the most important part. This is what Tiffany said. She ain't lie. She didn't lie. Y'all heard what I read about Zuccarelli. Look what she said. Watch this. Tiffany Henyard, bonus.
So you've been voted the Thornton Township Supervisor. How do you feel right now?
Oh man, I'm overjoyed. I didn't see it coming. I love it. That means that I am truly blessed and everyone loves me. I love them. Thank you.
It seemed like a surprise to everyone in the room, just a surprise to you as well?
Yes.
Okay.
See, I'm still trembling. Yes.
What brought you to tonight's meeting in the first place?
To support whoever was going to be the next supervisor.
Okay.
And they for Dalton.
What impact does this have on your current position as mayor of Dalton?
I can hold both seats, so I'm loving it.
Okay.
McDonald's, I'm loving it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm the youngest supervisor and the first female. I'm making history again twice.
And you're taking the position of.
Y'all should have knew it was a problem if she came off acting like that. Now I'm from the hood, but I know how to, and I come home like she like girl. We knew it was gonna be trouble after that. Let's finish listening to what she said.
You're taking the position of Mr. Frank Zuccarelli, obviously a big shoes to fill. What are your thoughts on that?
I will basically lead what he has started. I will follow in his footsteps.
She said, I will lead and follow his footsteps. Now, y'all want to finish read that article? Because it sounds like she following somebody's footsteps. No disrespect. This is not new. Okay, this is why it's so important for the residents of Thornton and Dalton to know what's going on in their government. Now that the veil has been ripped off your eyes and you're starting to see people for who they are, you're getting full disclosure of their background. Maybe they changed, maybe they're the same, but you should have the right to have the choice. And that only time when you have total freedom of choice is when you have total disclosure. And not the narrative being pushed down your throat. And that's what we do here. So Grace Levi called it. She's similar to Zuccarelli. And I didn't want to throw my man under the bus. But that one article, just one, was like, whoa, red light is a problem. Hold on. I got a sound effect for that. Let me see if I still got this sound effect because I haven't used this sound effect in a long time. Here we go. That's what happened when her ass got elected. The alarm should have sound. Okay. So let's move on. Should we get to the meeting that took place last night? The shenanigans? It's just a few parts of that meeting I want to show y'all because literally it was a waste of time, dog. Over here playing Vegas. I love it. I went but didn't, so no comment. What do you mean? Tell me what you're talking about, girl. Shout out where you from. Shout out what you're eating today, what you're cooking in the kitchen. Finger licking. I'm about to get off at 5 o'clock, y'all, so I can make my little queso. And so I can be a fat girl. All right. So do y'all want to get to the meeting? And I'm going to highlight what the residents said as far as the insurance. Now, I don't know if that's totally the truth, but let's see. Is there anything that's significant in this meeting that y'all? I'm gonna listen to some of the residents because Tiffany, she's just been a broken record. saying the same thing, trying to mind people, thinking somebody gonna fall for the propaganda. Thornton Township. Now this was okay. Who was this? It was two people who we could watch use their video. It is Critical Smoker, or the other gentleman I told you about is SSIA. I mean SS in Action. Nah, I think I'm gonna watch Critical Smoker. Ooh. Oh no, he got it. Let's see what he got. Okay, let's give him a little bit of airplay because he only has 600 views. This is somebody else that be going to the meeting as well. Y'all know I don't hate, I congratulate. So this is S in Action, and he goes to different meetings throughout Chicago. Okay, so give him some shout out, some love. And y'all go check that out. Let's watch. I want to hear what the residents got to say because she make me sick. Sorry, y'all.
You hear them talking about our township? It's embarrassing.
Now, I am not about to listen to Catch a Dog Smith, but I will say not allegedly, because I know my favorite resident ain't gonna lie to me. He tried to gaslight and basically bring up the fact that Jones was not approved to resign, and that shit didn't fly. That's the only thing significant that I think he said. I don't deal with Catch a Dog Smith. If y'all know who Catch a Dog Smith is, let's put a picture of him. And this is a real picture of Catch a Dog Smith. I thought it was a manipulated picture, but that's how he looked. That's how this man looked. What the hell is wrong with his mama? He must have dropped him on the head like the guy from the Goonies. Y'all remember the movie The Goonies? If y'all 80s babies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Goonies. And the guy, the one they had chained downstairs at the bottom of the restaurant. Y'all remember that? I know y'all remember that. He was Munch. No, Munch was the fat kid, and the other. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all want me to put that picture up there? I'm gonna get it next time. I ain't going to go to broadcast to show y'all who he looked at.
Put to them by the same.
Right now to override it. I know I'm sure other towns had this issue before. So what do? You just sit here and wait and just hope they'll show up?
See? And this is when I think she has her henchmen there, because they tried to basically put on Carmen and Gonzalez, you are the problem. All right, before I go, I just want to show you. I found the picture. Y'all know who he looked like? All right, y'all. Y'all know I'm gonna have to show y'all. Y'all watch the Goonies? If y'all never watched the Goonies, I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to interrupt this broadcast to bring you a picture of the Goonies. Let me see. Now, don't he look like this, y'all? Now, tell me I'm tripping. This don't look like Catch a Dog Smith. Tell me I'm tripping. This was my favorite movie, Goonies, and he was actually the hero. But this Catch a Dog Smith, I'm going to get his name. What the heck is this guy's name? His name was Hunk. I think that was his name. And the other one was Chunk. He's like, I'm Chunk, you Hunk. And that is Catch a Dog Smith. I had to interrupt our broadcast just to show y'all that. Y'all know I ain't got no damn behavior. This old monster looking ass. Okay, let's get back to, sorry to interrupt. Now, you know Tiffany had her goons at this meeting over here trying to cause mayhem and change the narrative. Y'all know what's been going on this whole time. People trying to change the narrative, have y'all thinking outside y'all box, and people just go with it like, I'm going this way, I'm going this way. Don't lose focus. This broad got to get out of here. It's a reason why Gonzalez and Carmen is not there. And look at ain't got no job Williams over there. Look at his ass, volunteer.
Yeah, I mean, what do you as a trainee, what's your advice?
I can't disclose what advice I give my counsel.
Well,
that would waive attorney-client privilege. I cannot disclose that. I can't disclose any advice that I give to my clients that waives attorney-client privilege.
Okay, who's your client? I'm sorry. Are we your client? My question is her hands are tied as supervisor because the trustees not coming. Then that means services to us is not being done. So my question is, you said attorney accountability, what about to us? So I'm saying, what do we do, or what do you all do to override this situation? Do we keep letting it go on and go on? Now we're going to 2025 with the same problem?
Ma'am, I only give advice as an attorney. I don't dictate policy. I don't dictate.
So what advice would you give?
I cannot tell you the
Okay,
advice.
Cindy, what advice did you give for us to move forward? These trustees not going, these trustees not being for 6-7 meetings. What advice that you gave when we can move forward to get this insurance taken care of and get these service back in place? What advice that you gave? I need to know. Cause it's affecting all of us back here behind me. What advice have you given? What can we do about it?
She said that I can't answer.
Okay.
This is the first time where you even open your mouth to answer something somebody says, so we know that she your minion. Because you looking in her face and everything. Tiffany, we ain't falling for your bullshit.
I totally agree with you, and that's where I'm at.
Moving forward. Let's see. Next person. Let's see if this next person her minion too. Most of them, because people didn't want to go nowhere in Harvey. Ain't nobody trying to get locked up. They didn't want to have nothing to do with Harvey. They like, allegedly, crooked as all hell. We ain't fucking with them. That's what my favorite resident said. She said, we ain't gonna buy that damn building. Nope. It is unsafe. Everybody. That's a problem when you feel unsafe amongst in a public building where law enforcement is around. That's what I'm talking about here. Justice for Alexis Wilson. How do you feel uncomfortable in a government building? That says a lot. Shout out to SS in Action for us using his footage. Go like and subscribe to his channel. I'm going to put it in the chat. And the reason why, he doesn't get a lot of views. He's just like me. We the underdog, y'all. But we be putting in that work. Okay, so please check him out, okay? Here we go.
First, I want to point out that this meeting was called as a special board meeting, so the trustees should not be penalized for missing this meeting. It's not a regularly scheduled board meeting. Tiffany, you're still calling Carmen Carlisle out of her name. It's no wonder that she doesn't show up. I mean, that's very unprofessional and it's hostile. You talk about the insurance. You just said in Friday's meeting that they didn't have an insurance quote, but you have one.
And she got her stuff. Go ahead, resident. Now listen to what she said. Stop trying to call Carmen out because you didn't even have the insurance quote together. Let me just back it up just a second. Back it up, flip it, rub it down.
It's not a regularly scheduled board meeting. Tiffany, you're still calling Carmen Carlisle out of her name. It's no wonder that she doesn't show up. I mean, that's very unprofessional and it's hostile. You talk about the insurance. You just said in Friday's meeting that they didn't have an insurance quote, but you have one now. So if that was the case, all those meetings that they missed that you're saying the insurance was ready, it wasn't, because you just said they didn't have a quote, even as recent as Friday. They just had one today, or just had one as of today. So
got him. Go ahead, girl. Using your time wisely. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I like her.
That's a contradiction. Attorney, I would like to know why you.
Now Tiffany little buckethead ass eyes is down. Now it's down. I can't. Moving forward.
Still show up, and this is just an honest question. When you know that there's not a meeting, why are we still paying attorneys to act in their capacity at a meeting that's not a regularly scheduled board meeting? Do you also show up at special board meetings? I mean, is that the answer?
I show up when my client asks me to be there.
Okay. Okay, I'm just wondering because it just seems like a misuse of funds if there's no meeting and essentially no reason for you to be here, but thank you for answering. Also, Tiffany, you talk about insurance. You know, there were still cars spotted on Christmas Eve, Thornton Township buses in Hammond, or I'm not sure if it was Hammond, but it was definitely Indiana. So can you explain why the township buses were still operating on Christmas Eve with no insurance out of state?
speaking out of township residents.
Thank you for saying that. I actually am. So be careful what you say, Tiffany, because you're inciting violence. You're making it unsafe for me. I am a Thornton Township resident. I have every right to come up here and speak about things that directly affect my tax dollars. I don't understand why you're.
I want to say this. This is the first time I ever saw questions answered. So, woo, Kenneth, I'm grateful they even decided to answer some questions because they never do. Her little buckethead ass got her head eyes down, not listening to this lady when she bringing out the receipts.
So upset that we're wanting to have a voice with regard to how our money is spent. What do you expect us to just look the other way while you go on a spending spree with our tax dollars? Not to mention, you talk about the caucus, you're in here electioneering. This is not a meeting. You should not be speaking about any strategies or anything that happened at the caucus. That is electioneering and that is illegal. Illegal. Okay? I do live in the township, but I'm not going to keep responding to you. Why are you ghost payrolling? Why are you getting paid for the township, but you're always at the village of Dalton? Answer that, William Moore. Why are you?
Look, call him out. This nigga still got a job. He ain't got it at Dalton, but he got it at Thornton, huh? Y'all figure out what he doing there. Should he be fired on his day off?
Always at the village of Dalton, but you're paid by Thornton Township as a full-time employee. That is ghost payroll. Can anyone answer that? Now, please answer that for me. Why you're always at the village of Dalton and you're being paid by Thornton Township?
This is about the township, ma'am.
I'm asking you, why aren't you here when you're being paid by the township? You're always at the village of Dalton volunteering. How is that possible?
I'll answer that.
All right, how is that possible?
Okay,
yeah, thank you.
Another resident that
did a great job. She used the time wisely. She called out a lot of stuff. And Tiffany, need to stop playing this insurance nonsense, girl.
on the Thornton Township. And also as it relates to insurance, I need to clear something with insurance. As we stated, when we went to that special meeting, we told you, once we get the quote for the insurance, we will call a special meeting. It's on the record. And we called a special meeting once they gave us the quote saying, hey, we are going to insure you. We've been working on this, and we finally get it. And today is the day to vote for the insurance. So that's what it is. Just so you know, the township talk, for those that want to know who do with government, every single one of my department heads are present at township talk, and they talk about everything they do in their department, from senior service to transportation to IT, everybody's there. So if you want to know the information, all you have to do is show up. But again, you have to read. If you read the information, you know what's going on for the township. All right, go ahead. You have the floor.
You talking about?
Yeah.
Supervisor, to the supervisor and everyone at the desk. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here and allowing us an opportunity. I want to just say thank you, for being in Thornton Township, for having the activities and functions that I've been able to attend for a senior. I am a senior. I did enjoy the senior activity today. I have witnessed individuals who needed help, literally being appreciative of the general assistance program and the various activities that Thornton Township has offered, throughout the time until we've gotten to this point. I would hope that we will be more respectful of those types of functions and community events that has allowed us to enjoy each other regardless of our city or village or town, wherever we live. So I just want to say thank you to all of you, for having such great activities, great events, looking out for seniors, looking out for the children, the after-school programs, the counseling, the computer lab.
Now, I do want to say this because I'm going to let her finish her statement, because what she's saying is truly, truly correct. And I do believe that people need these services and appreciate these services. The issue here is that Tiffany is holding these services hostage at this time. And also, she is allegedly misappropriating funds. Okay, this is to my lady right here, because I know they need this. I'm not mad. Like I said, I have heard other content creators, and I have to call them out without saying their name, who was for the residents, and all of a sudden they so bougie. Why do you need welfare? Why do you need services? You need $10. I'm giving to you when you know your motherfucking ass is broke. Okay, we all suffering shit. If I didn't know how to hustle and get a little bit of help now that my son is 21 and he got to pay some bills, I probably would have had to go somewhere and get some help, because I'm at 25% of my income. Who the hell do these people think that we don't need resources when everything is on fucking inflation? Excuse my language. I'm just going to be real. The problem is Tiffany is holding it hostage. These are the same programs that you heard me read from that 2011 article about what Zuccarelli was producing, minus the job programs and other things that he had that they don't have right now. So this is something that has been in a community. This is something that is needed and people benefit. Thornton Township is big as all hell. Chicago Illinois has the highest property tax in the United States, next to Jersey, where I'm from. And you're damn right, we got food pantries all over in Newark, East Orange, and different areas. The issue here is that y'all have a one consolidated township that's in charge of your resources. And the person who's in charge of it don't know how to manage money and don't know how to communicate. And the way your services are disseminated, it doesn't make sense. So it doesn't make sense to the point that someone like let's put it on a screen, is able to manipulate the system enough to get her perks and things through the taxpayers' money. And that's what we're going to be getting into next. What is coming in versus what is coming out. That is the next part to this. We're going to do a 3-hour live, dog. And y'all know I'm going to break it up so y'all guys can get each thing, hit it on a rerun. We're going to do what it do. Okay? So, ma'am, I love you and I understand what you're saying. Me coming from an urbanized area, I was on welfare before I became a nurse. Yup, you're damn right. I got food stamps, I got TRA, temporary rental assistant, and I got assistance to help my kids go to daycare. Daycare a week for kids is like $275. That's when 21 years ago, a week times 2. So stop coming at these residents like they don't need their resources. Stop doing that. To the content creators, shot fired. You better be glad I'm not calling your name out, because you know I ain't scared, but I'm just trying to live on easy street. But cut it the fuck out. Okay? These people need these resources, and she's holding it by the balls. So I just wanted to say that. Did I say it good enough, y'all? Did I say it? Stop trying to downgrade the people because they need shit. Look what type of environment we in financially. Stop it. You're not making that much on YouTube.
There's some people who lived out here in Thornton Township, but that's never aware that Thornton would actually provide them with some type of assistance if they needed it. And it's just really great that it's for everybody. It doesn't matter in which one of the 17 villages you live in, it's open up for everyone. So thank you. And I think I've done something.
I understand, ma'am.
It's okay.
If I was over there with all that inflation, all them taxes, I'll be right there on Tiffany line like, bitch, give me a box. Shit. You owe me. That's what they feel too. So stop it. Stop trying to make the residents feel bad for when they wanted their Christmas gifts. And allegedly, the Christmas gifts they were trying to figure out was they paid for already. Okay? And what do she got them in the stash? That's what we need to be finding out. Freedom of information request, Paul, Mr. Roberts, figure it out. Because this broad is holding the resources captive.
Thank you.
Good job, man. You need us stuff.
Happy New Year's, everyone. Happy New Year's.
Oh, I don't know. I'm already, I ain't going to judge her. She came in leaning on a thing like, yeah, we about to get it in. Let me see.
My name is Kay Fox, 1X. Attorney, I'm glad you're here for support of our mayor.
Oh, I knew she was coming for Tiffany. She came in like, let me tell you something, motherfuckers. Listen to me.
You all back. I'm nervous, number one, but I'm just happy to be here. And I think everybody should start supporting what we get and come together. And if you don't like what's going on, that's the procedure of voting. And if you come to the meetings, whether you say nay or yay, but you still show up. Because you'll know it's just like the same thing as you not being here, but you're here.
Cut it out. Ma'am, what will happen if they show up? Just to reiterate, because y'all not about to flip it on Gonzalez and Carmen. They saving y'all asses for her running amok on the bank account. Putting everything in her name, credit cards and shit. Take the wheel. They're trying to stop her from getting control of the bank account and all of the things that she bankrupt allegedly Dalton with. Okay? It's a 2-2. Remember that this woman right here, the original gangster, I just got to put this up so people can stop this nonsense. You want to stop this narrative today, not yesterday, but today. She's going to be the one to vote allegedly for Henyard, and Henyard going to get everything. I was scared because this was going to happen. So, ma'am, what she done gave you? Then gave you a Christmas gift, a food box, allegedly. Come on, Grandma. Let's think. You got to think.
So while everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but while several people are targeted on there, they're targeting our whole system. They broke our system.
I'm not about to listen to
this. One person. They got a system for voting. Like I said, you vote your presidents, your elected officials, your citizens, your governors, your mayor. If you don't like it, go with the system.
Okay, we're moving forward. I can't with her right now. I love you, ma'am. Stop it. The system is broken. The system is broken. And you didn't realize it. Wake on up, baby.
Hello. My name is Linda Wilkerson.
Damn, all these people thick as all hell. What y'all got down there y'all eating? I need to get some of this. Y'all thicker than the Snicker down there. All the old ladies. I'm sorry, y'all. I got jokes.
And I
like my hat.
Resident of South Harlem. I came here to get information for myself and see for myself. Yes, I do watch the news, but I know that the news can be fake as well. So I wanted to hear it for myself. I was sorry to hear you all attacked like I saw on the news. I'm sorry to see you attacked too. But one thing I know, I retired from the Postal Service as a manager. And no matter who calls the meeting, if you're subordinate.
Okay, I got to move forward. Y'all see what's happening here. Next person. Y'all see what's happening. These her goons. Ain't nobody else show up. Nobody about to go to Harvey, get locked up. This all her people. So let's listen to this. Look, I'm over that.
I'm a resident of Harvey, so therefore I'm a resident of Thornton Township. And I would just like to say I really appreciate the open atmosphere that you're offering for the residents and the inhabitants of Thornton Township to be able to voice their opinion.
The same open atmosphere that got Stephanie locked up, the same open atmosphere that got her falsely arrested? Huh? Okay.
Israel or Palestine, they would always say, Canaan's land. The people from the South would sing the songs and pass on the stories about the Israelites and the Jordan River and go down Moses. And I always wondered why we sang all those songs.
Couple years ago, we were chasing our own plane. The lost sheep ain't even know we had a homeland. Used to pray to God, but put it in our own hands. Now we're getting truth, no letting go, just like the song sang. A royal nation, we done rose through the tribulation. The devil know his time short, this that generation. The real Israelites is woken and they can't replace it. Joshua 2 and verse 9, they know what they face with. Put on our beautiful garments, blow the trumpets alarming. The niggas in the neighborhood, they greeting salami. Or what they thought he was gonna leave us in this situation. Messiah bleeding, that's the reason why he fixed the nation. getting yourself together, we in high times. Hope you got some oil with you, cause I got mine. The mighty redeemer, y'all, we know he will. It's almost time for us to get back to that holy field. We will overcome. We will overcome this war for real. We will overcome. We will overcome. Oh, y'all, we stand on this hill with your rod, y'all fighting for.
They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work. Y'all forget.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Answer. Because you are that, you are capable. You are gifted, and you are so need to be opinionated. It's okay to be different. And it's so okay to just be. The world awaits to receive you.
Would you like to learn a brand new and innovative way to invest your extra money that has a low barrier to entry and low competition? What if I told you that it is a guaranteed method to get up to 18 to 20% return on your investment? Tax lien and deed purchasing is the only way to get into the real estate market through the back door. No credit and no loans needed. This method isn't commonly taught, and therefore the competition is very low, for now. Put together a 14-hour info-packed course which will teach you everything you'll need to know to get started. Learn at your own pace, step-by-step guided video and aids to start you on the TLC deed investment process. The course offers many learning tools for new investors, helping ensure you safely invest in tax liens and deeds. Contact us today and join the buyback team.